Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Want to bring you guys a little update on Bitcoin. Right now we're at 38.30. We're up 3.5%. And you know guys, this whale is starting to step in here. You saw it on Litecoin. Litecoin's up 15% right now. Whale stepped in, moved it to the upside, and you know, this is what can happen in this space, and that's why we're in this space. These moves and these whales can step in at any moment, and that's just something that we got to ride their coattails and deal with. And you know, it's an exciting thing if you like volatility, which I do. So you know guys, what we're looking at here, we're taking today, we're going to dig into Bitcoin. We're going to look at the Fibonacci, we're going to look at the RSI, some trend lines, different areas of support and resistance, those type of things. But we're really going to drill into this, and we're going to look at that overhead resistance and see if we can get up above this 0.236 at around $3,929. That's going to be key. If we can get up above that, close up above that, and start having closes up above that, that's a big deal, because that's very hard to get back over top of that 0.236 if you do some reading about Fibonacci. So guys, if you could like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying for 100 likes on this video, and we'll dig in. So starting with the RSI, our RSI right now is at 55. So that's a good solid RSI right now. And what I liked the most was this trend line that I've had drawn here. You see we got a bounce off it, and now we're starting to move to the upside. And here, when we had that long, or this wide gap right here between touches, from this touch to that touch, it makes this trend line even that much stronger. And then we had another nice little gap here, came back down, and we found support off it. So with the RSI, let's really keep in mind we need to get up above where we're at right now, that 54, but then we would have room on the RSI to run till we see overhead resistance at around that 76 RSI range. So when you have a lot of space to run, things can happen, and that's what you're seeing right here. If we can get up above this 0.236 and close up above that, then we would have potential to run up here and test this 41.31. We're going off the real bodies there, which is going to be a tough area. And then it's going to be around this 42.61, where we were having like this rickshaw man doji over here, and we had all those wicks up to it. And then guys, there's some nice room to run in here besides Fibonacci overhead resistances and this 200-day moving average, which at some point we need to get back up above so that we can get in that long-term uptrend again, is what we need to see. Long-term investors want to see that 200-day moving average up above it, closes up above it, volume up above it, and moving, volume increasing, and we get back slowly into that bull market. You always start on the short term, like right now we're in that short term uptrend, then you go to that intermediate term uptrend, then you go to that long term uptrend, and that's how things happen. You have to have those higher highs and higher lows consistently coming in. Just like in a bear market, you're having lower lows or lower highs and lower lows. So it's just the exact opposite. You got to flip it. Like over here, you know, you were seeing these lower highs coming in and also lower lows until they switched. So we still had a lower high here, but we set a higher low with a bullish engulfing candle as well. So you know guys, it's exciting, you know, to be able to see this type of stuff, that some big money is stepping back into the space, you know, and that we just haven't consistently been going down. We have not made a lower low since this doji candle here, which was around the 14th of December. So that is something that's significant, that since then, you know, we have not had that lower low in Bitcoin. So take that into consideration. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off this Fibonacci here, and we're going to look at our moving averages, which are very important. So what I want to see today is a close up above this 20 EMA in green. For cryptocurrency, the 20 EMA has been very powerful. It's a very strong moving average. A lot of times it acts in that bear market or the downtrends as strong overhead resistance, and in bull markets it acts as strong support. So keep that in mind. We want to see a close up above that today. All right, we won't want to see rejection. Then if we did see rejection, guys, when we started to roll over, we would want to find support on this 50 moving average in blue, which is going to be at 36.32. It's going to be the area, and then I would look at this area's support, that 35.43. So that's if we roll over. All right, and then remember, to the upside, first one, we'd want to get over this wick here, which is around that 39.13, where we wicked up here and we saw rejection, and then we just started moving sideways. We need to get up above that, but if we get up above that, we can run from there up to this area no problem, into those wicks. Support and resistance is very important. I know everyone goes, oh, support and resistance is one of the first things you learn, or trend line is one of the first things you learn. But guys, if you want to really study these things, you could study trend lines for a year and not hit the bottom in terms of how much knowledge you can get on trend lines. Same with candles, same with moving averages, same with volume, same with everything. And that's why we dig into the bullish side, we dig into the bearish side and the sideways consolidation, because each and everything that happens means something. It's like a chess game, you know, and we're not the market makers. The whales are the ones who are making this market, and we have to ride their coattails. But it's fun, it's exciting, and if you have stop losses and you do it right, even when you're wrong, you cut your losses short, you hardly lose anything, and you let your good ones run. You know, that's the name of the game, and it's exciting. But we have to pay attention to these things, these small things that they claim. You know, support and resistance, everybody should know it, but it's so intricate if you get into it. But support and resistance, pay attention to trend lines as well. I can't tell you enough about trend lines and trend line breaks, and also patterns, drawing patterns, different things like that. You know, overall, guys, here's the main trend line that I'm paying attention to, that I have to see hold. So rough, we'll just put a rough one right in here. That's what we need to see hold. We need this to basically act as a concrete wall. So say we do roll over at some point down onto here, we get a strong bounce off there and continue to move higher. So at one point we can challenge this 200-day moving average. It's very important that we don't see rejection off that and then start bouncing a lot lower and having those lower lows. So am I the guy who's going to tell you the bull market has started and the bear market's over? I'm not there yet. I'm still not there yet. I got to see more. There's still more things to happen, but we're moving in the right direction. We're in a short-term uptrend right now, which is good, and we're holding those moving averages, especially that 50 moving average. It's just a game, guys. We got to get up above them. We got to get above the 20, then we got to get above the 50, then we got to get above the 100, then we got to get above the 200. And that's how the game works. But right now we're at 38.33. We're up 3.6%. And those were the things that I really wanted to go over. I'm going to go over the MACD and the Bollinger Bands quick, but other than that, guys, not too much here. Let's see the MACD quick. But today's close is going to be very important. All right, MACD. You can see there, the histogram, guys, was moving down, and now we're starting to get that little hook. See if we can get up above that, get a nice bullish cross off the lagging moving indicator there. Next one we're going to do is the Bollinger Bands. And you're going to see how they were tight, and then I'm sure they expanded here with this move. Alright, so another thing, we want to stay up above this middle band here. We would like a close up above that today, so that's going to be important for Bitcoin. We need to pay attention to that. And, you know, not too crazy on the bands here, nothing too wild. Wasn't too much of an expansion. I mean, here there was some expansion. We wicked out of those. Then we got drawn back to that middle band. So let's see where we close today, guys. That's about all I want to bring to you. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless.